Hello everyone, I'm forecaster Brian Ivey on this Wednesday. This is kind of just going to be a special long form video that I'm going to do, kind of breaking down the weather pattern for the day. I'll get a little bit technical at times. This isn't the regular NeoWeather video forecast that you would see on a daily basis. Going to go a little bit more in depth and explain some meteorological tricks of the atmosphere here. But what we had going on overnight, several rounds of showers and thunderstorms moved through northeastern Ohio. Right now, all we have left is just a couple little pop-ups that I'll zoom into in just a moment, but plenty of showers and storms, especially across the northeastern quadrant of our viewing area, and that did produce plenty of heavy rainfall, causing some flooding, issuing that flash flood warning there for Ashtabula County that has since been canceled. But right now, across the area, just a couple little storms, and one is located right between pretty much Belden Village and downtown Canton. Not really a storm, it's just a sprinkle. The other one, East Rochester to Hanoverton. If I can swivel my mouse over there, this is probably producing maybe a little bit of lightning and thunder, but nothing strong. We're not expecting anything strong for the next few hours or so, but strong to severe storms are definitely possible throughout the day today. Zooming on out a little bit, overall filtered sunshine across the area. There are some breaks in the cloud cover, and we will see some sunshine definitely throughout the afternoon hours. Temperatures, it's definitely warm. It is definitely humid out there again for the third or fourth day in a row. Well, at least going back to Monday for sure, and somewhat on Sunday it was a little bit humid. 71 in Youngstown, or 70 in Youngstown, 71 Jefferson to Ashtabula. It's a little bit cooler there due to the fact that we had rain earlier this morning. 78 Cleveland to Akron, Canton, 83 in Worcester. It is 82 in Mansfield and 83 degrees Dover, New Philadelphia. So definitely the hottest air is contained south, mainly south of the Route 30 corridor, but still very warm and humid elsewhere. Temperatures surging well up into the 80s, possibly making another run at about 90 degrees or so in portions of northeastern Ohio today. We are watching this big old complex of thunderstorms out towards north central Illinois over Lake Michigan. It'll be pushing through Michigan and Indiana this afternoon and moving in later this afternoon, evening into northwestern Ohio. We'll have to see if the storm system will strengthen, stay the same, or kind of fall apart. That's going to play a big role in how our weather pattern will be for the evening. We're going to have showers and thunderstorms no matter what, but will we get some earlier during the day, or will we have to wait really till the evening and overnight? And I think no matter what, we're going to get some strong to possibly some severe storms. Not looking at a severe weather outbreak right now, but we'll break it down a little bit more for you here in a bit. Back towards the west, central portion of the country, really, we're experiencing a third day in a row of some severe weather, especially around Nebraska. 2 tornado outbreaks back to back. This could be another one with some pretty strong severe weather parameters in terms of heat energy with the atmosphere and also turning of winds as you go aloft in the atmosphere. So good parameters to create severe thunderstorms, supercells, and tornadoes across Nebraska again today. Let's look at some other weather maps across the area here, shall we? If I can get the slow computer to cooperate and take a look at that. Here we go to weatherbell.com and looking at some models. We'll take a look first at, if I can click on the right model, we'll take a look here in just a moment at the high resolution rapid refresh, which is a very high res model that will show the finer details of the atmosphere. And it also is a short range model, meaning it only goes out about 12 to 18 hours or so max. And that is definitely a good tool for us to use to forecast short-term weather over the day period. Let's get this loaded in here. And first of all, we'll take a look at the simulated radar reflectivity, which will show us what the radar will look like throughout the day, or at least give us a general idea of what the specific computer forecast model expects. So right now, all the storms gone from northeastern Ohio. It'll fire some scattered showers and thunderstorms here by 2-3 p.m. Again, very isolated, actually. Very isolated stuff, and mainly across the western portion of the state. So according to this computer model, we stay mainly dry throughout the day, and then eventually it will move in this big squall line later on. As you can see here across extreme northwestern Ohio, southern Michigan, northeastern Indiana. This is currently at midnight. So according to this high resolution model, it doesn't really have anything more than some isolated to widely scattered storms before them. But you can notice that's a pretty nice little small complex of probably some pretty strong thunderstorms moving across the area around midnight. So we'll have to see, according to this model, if we're going to really have to wait that long to get in on some storms. It's kind of a wait and see game, and it depends on little boundaries of wind that came off of the complex of thunderstorms across Michigan earlier, across the Illinois system and Lake Michigan system right now. As those boundaries move across the area, we'll have to monitor to see if storms fire on them. Temperatures for the day today will generally be warming up. This is probably a little bit too warm. This punch is hitting the mid-90s across the southern portion of our viewing area, but pretty accurate. I think north, middle 80s north, and I think upper 80s, 88 to 90 degrees, a good bet. South, where you got the early jump on warmth here today. We're going to take a look at another computer weather model across our area. This is going to be the 4-kilometer WRF NAM model. It's a short to middle range forecast model. It goes out a few days. If I can get that map up here. But the overall idea for this evening will be some kind of a scattered, broken line of thunderstorms forming into a general squall line. That is a definite possibility. And with squall lines and bow echoes that you typically see develop, that is where the winds can rush in from the middle portions of the atmosphere and push that squall line out, so it looks like a bow and arrow. And that is definitely a possibility of what we could see on the radar maps here later tonight as it moves across northeastern Ohio, and that is definitely a main damaging wind threat. But heavy rain is likely with these, and that could cause additional flooding, as well as the possibility of some large hail. Tornado risk is definitely low, but it is possible. Can never really rule out an isolated tornado. So as we go through the period here, this is a dry afternoon. Looks like our computer models are coming to agreement with a mainly dry afternoon, except for just isolated showers and thunderstorms, probably not too strong. Here as we get into 7 o'clock, it fires a couple storms off, and this also has a similar idea to the HRRR model, the high resolution model, and this is also fairly high resolution at 4 kilometers. The lower the kilometers are of scanning the atmosphere, it's a finer brush. It picks up on the smaller details. It's like painting. You would want to use a small brush if you're painting a detailed pattern versus a big brush, which just kind of gets the general picture. And that is definitely something that a lower resolution model would do. Just get the general picture. So it blows storms up across the area after 7 o'clock. Continuing to look, fast forwarding here. Oh, look at all this. Definitely a lot of activity here tonight. This is one of the newest models that just came in, really agreeing with plenty of showers and thunderstorms tonight after 7 o'clock through the overnight, round after round of storms. This is now 12, or I should say this is 12Z, which is the equivalent of 8 a.m. in the morning. Z is Zulu time, or UTC. There in England. It's the central time period that is used around the world, but that means a very stormy evening and overnight overall, looking at the different computer models that just came in. So there's a pretty unstable atmosphere, and we do have some energy that will be riding aloft. Let me see if I can bring up the 500 millibar pattern, or basically a look at the wind and energy pattern at 18,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and show you what we got going on with that. That will probably be just a moment. First of all, let me show you the capable of convective available potential energy, or CAPE for short. We shorten many of the meteorological terms so we don't get stumped up when we're explaining it to viewers. Not really, but okay, so we're plenty juiced with CAPE as we go throughout the day. These values are all the way up to about 4,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. That is very high, very unstable air. And anything really over 4,000, you're starting to get into extreme instability. As we go across tonight, as the storms really start to kick off, very impressive. Again, back to 4,000 joules per kilogram. Over most of northeastern Ohio, we do see less, but it's anywhere from 3,000 to 3,500 joules per kilogram. Atmosphere absolutely loaded with energy. This is like fuel for thunderstorms here. So no issue at all with destabilizing the atmosphere and getting some good thunderstorms going. I'm going to zoom out the map and look at a little bit of a lower resolution model in just a moment. The regular NAM model, it runs at 16 kilometers, and we're going to look there at what we have going on as far as that upper level energy here in just one moment. As I click on that, I'm sorry, I apologize, that's 12 kilometers that the regular NAM runs at. So this is the 12Z or 8 a.m. run of this particular model. We're going to find our 500 millibar or 18,000 feet level here and look at relative vorticity. Again, this is just kind of the atmospheric dynamics, the energy and the wind patterns aloft in the atmosphere. Looking ahead here to about 5 p.m. this afternoon. Look at this. I'm going to point this out towards the west over Illinois and over Indiana, this little impulse towards 0Z or 8 p.m. And watch how that strengthens. It'll move into Ohio and then move overhead for the overnight hours, and this will help right here to bring in plenty of showers and thunderstorms. So there's upper level support, there's plenty of instability in the atmosphere, so that's going to create enough lift to get these showers and thunderstorms really firing off. So I do expect tonight to be kind of rocky. You want to stay tuned to my own personal feed of information on Twitter at WeatherGuide10, and also neilweather.com, neilweather_com on Twitter, neilweather on Facebook, and the main website also will probably have live streaming Doppler radar and also be doing some play-by-play if storms do get frisky enough. But make sure to stay tuned throughout the day, and you have yourself a great Wednesday.